This is a continuation of a final hearing involving the Garrison children, which we began it twice actually, but the last time was on June 13th. So when we left off on June 13th, Miss Davis was testifying. She is with the Downtown Women's Shelter Haven House. We had gotten to where Mr. Michelson was cross-examining. So Ms. Grant, if you have any questions for Miss Davis, you can proceed.
Your Honor, I don't have any questions. Based on our negotiations today, I'm hopeful that this case, as far as my client, will resolve in the next few minutes. My client would like to get permission to relinquish her parental rights in exchange for post-contact adoption through current placement if they adopt the children.
Okay. All right, then, Mr. Nowak, do you have questions for Ms. Davis?
I do, and I'm not sure if I asked them or not, Stephanie, but it's always good to see you. I have them highlighted in my notes, but it's been some time since we've talked.
Certainly has.
So looking around like the Hollywood squares.
Vince,
There you
I'm not going to object if you would re-ask questions.
I'm sorry.
I just want to confirm a few things, Miss Davis.
I haven't sworn her in. Miss Davis, if you'd raise your right hand, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nowak.
And Stephanie, I may have asked you these questions. If I'm repeating myself, I sure do apologize. You simply don't have any knowledge regarding Kobe Bowie, correct?
Correct.
You don't have any knowledge whether he bullied anyone, correct?
Correct.
And he did not interfere with Ms. Smith's stay at the Haven House, correct?
Correct.
And her dismissal from the Haven House had nothing to do with Mr. Bowie, correct?
Correct.
Judge, I think that's all I have. And I think I may have already asked these questions, but thank you so much, Judge, and thank you, Stephanie.
All right, thank you. Ms. Wiggins, questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if there's no follow-ups, then can Ms. Davis be excused?
No objection,
No
Your
objection.
All right, Ms.
No
Davis,
objection.
thank you for coming back for the third time. We apologize for taking so much of your time. So I'll dismiss you so you can go back to your afternoon's business and have a good weekend.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Is Michaela Kirksey in the waiting room? I don't have a supervisor from St.
Yes.
Francis in.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
Judge, given what I'm hearing this morning, could I have a brief breakout room with Kobe Bowie? My God.
Yeah. Do you want to wait and hear what Ms. Grant's proposing, and then I'll
Yeah, you know what? That might help. That might help.
All right. I'm going to put all the lawyers in a breakout room. Let me get that set up.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge.
Uh-huh.
Judge, we're back and ready to proceed.
Okay, where do we stand?
I think we're going to take testimony, I believe.
All right. No agreements reached?
Not with Dad. I can't speak for Mom, obviously.
Judge, I believe that we have an agreement as related to the mother. I believe because Ms. Cantrell is taking another job that we're going to at least get her testimony. And Ms. Gutierrez is going to get as far as she can before we lose you. And then during the break, the mother has made the decision to sign a voluntary relinquishment.
And then, so if we're not through, are you telling me if we're not through by 11:15, we'll come back this afternoon and get this thing finished?
Yes, Judge. We don't want to go past today because of Ms. Cantrell, if at all possible.
Okay, I don't want to either. So, okay. All right, then, Ms. Gutierrez, you can call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Erica, are you going to be available this afternoon? I'd like to take Keegan as a witness before I call you. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'll make it work.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, the department calls Keegan Ramirez. He should be in the waiting room.
Okay, he is.
Thank you. Keegan, who do you work for?
The Department of Family and Protective Services.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a family-based specialist.
And what does a family-based specialist do?
I work with families post-investigation to work on the reasons why they were involved with CPS in the first place to prevent removals.
Okay. And does that involve connecting the parents with services to address things like drug use and neglect and those type of things?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that capacity, have you worked with Neely Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
And did she have a case with the Family-Based Safety Services section?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that section commonly referred to as FBSS?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the reason for Ms. Smith's start of her family-based services case?
Looking back on my affidavit, it was due to drug use.
Okay. And so in creating, did you create a service plan for her?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that service plan include services to address that drug use?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall what type of services or what services were actually asked of Miss Neely Smith to address drug use?
Random drug testing and a drug education program through the Padre program.
Okay. Thank you. And typically, how does an FBSS case start? Do you go out and do an assessment with the parents?
Yes, ma'am. The way it starts is normally we do kind of a joint visit with the investigator who had been working with the family previously, and we all meet the family all together.
And did you meet with Ms. Neely Smith on June 23rd of 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
And after completing that assessment, did she complete an oral drug screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Just a moment. Oops, wrong folder. Hold on, Your Honor. I apologize. We've come back and forth. I'm checking to see which exhibits are already in. Okay.
I can tell you what I show is in.
Okay, that would help, Your Honor.
I show Exhibit 1, Exhibit 8, Exhibit 8A, Exhibit 8B, Exhibit 8C, Exhibit 8D, Exhibit 8E, and Exhibit 10 have been admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. And Keegan, in working on the family-based safety services case, did you become familiar with the history of Ms. Neely's involvement with CPS?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it correct that the child, Kavari, was born positive at birth?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we offer petitioners exhibit number 3, the medical records of Kavari.
All right, objections?
None.
No objection.
All right, petitioners 3 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Let's see here. And Keegan, during the FBSS case, how long did that case last?
I believe we had made it up to 6 months because when the removal happened, it was in December
Okay,
of 2023.
thank you. Yeah. Okay. And during that FBSS case, what was the safety plan in place?
The safety plan in place, let me get that pulled up. Throughout the life of the case, it was mainly that Neely was living with her mother, Robin Smith, and Rob wife Margaret Dempsey, and her contact was to be supervised by them two. Then it was also later updated to where Neely was to share her location with her mother to show proof when she was to go stay with Neely's grandmother, Dorothy Potter, who was also an approved supervisor at that time. That way, everybody kind of knew where Neely's location was.
Okay. And was she drug screened throughout the family-based safety services case?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we next offer petitioners exhibit number 5, drug screen results with a business records affidavit.
All right, objections?
None.
No
Right.
objection.
Petitioners 5 submitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Keegan, having worked that family-based safety services case, what led up to the removal of the children?
Neely continued to test positive while under the supervision, and when offered a parental child safety placement, which would have resulted in her leaving that house, she denied, and so we had staffed it, and the recommendations was to um, submit for removal.
Okay. Be here. And what interactions did you have with Kobe Bowie during that family-based safety services case?
Looking back on my notes and just kind of refreshing over everything, in the very beginning of the case, the investigator who initially went out had told me that Kobe had refused any services and didn't want to work any services. So I had no interactions with him up until the day of the removal or the day after the removal, if I remember correctly.
Okay, but did you have a face-to-face meeting with Neely Smith on August 30th of 2023?
Yes.
And what was the reason for visiting with Neely that day?
On
On
You
August
said
30th?
Okay, and on August, there was another report we had received due to domestic violence incidents between Kobe and Neely.
And what did Neely state about that incident?
Let's see.
And if you need a reference, I believe it's on page 4 of the removal affidavit, Keegan.
Oh, perfect. Let's see. Let's see, Neely. Neely had claimed that she had fallen asleep on Kobe's couch and had woken up by Kobe telling her to go get baby formula. Neely had gotten her belongings, and Kobe was agitated. Then she had said that Kobe became angrier and then grabbed Neely by her neck, dragging her into the back room. Kobe was related to have his hands to drag Neely by her neck. Neely stated that she was able to breathe and was able to slip away from Kobe. Neely had tried grabbing her belongings, but Kobe kept grabbing her arm while she had one of the boys in her arms. Neely was to be observed with marks on both of her arms, and the children weren't harmed as the result of the domestic violence by Kobe. Neely was able to leave Kobe's home with the children safely, and then Neely had called law enforcement after leaving the home, is what she had stated to me and investigator Bailey, who was on that case.
And as well, did investigator Bailey ask if Kaylin or what Kaylin did at that time?
Kaylin?
It says Kaylin.
Let's see. Oh, are you talking about Keelan?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for mispronouncing that to the parents as well. Yes, Keelan.
Let's see. I just had it. Sorry about that. I can't find that spot.
Okay. Mr. Ramirez, if you would take a look at the affidavit in support of removal to refresh your memory, there's a contact on page 4. The paragraph begins August 30th, 2023. Investigator Bailey and I had a face-to-face visit. And at the end of that same paragraph, there's a statement about what Amy Bailey asked about Keelan and Neely's response of what Keelan's reaction was.
Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I was still in the paragraph right above. It said Neely had said that Keelan looked shocked. Neely was kids.
And did that indicate to you that Keelan had witnessed the altercation?
Yes, ma'am.
As well, at this time was Ms. Smith's possession of the kids or contact with the kids supposed to be supervised?
Yes, ma'am.
In her explanation of events, did she explain that her grandmother was not with her when she went
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Kobe's?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did she say if any approved supervising party was with her when she took the kids to Kobe's?
There was no supervising party.
So in saying there was no supervising party, do you mean with her at Kobe's apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
But in the safety plan, there were supervising parties and her contact was supposed to be supervised at all times. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so as well, did Ms. Neely break that safety plan in taking the kids to Kobe without an approved supervisor?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now, following that, did you attempt to make a new safety plan?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that include Ms. Smith sharing her location with the visitation supervisor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. As well, were the visitation supervisors required to contact you if Miss Neely had broken that safety plan?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they contact you to let you know Neely had taken the kids on her own to Kobe's?
No, ma'am.
And as far as the Padre program, can you explain what that Padre program is for?
So the Padre program provides two different classes, that one being parenting and one being a drug education course. Uh, in the since we were focusing more on the drug education portion within those classes, they demonstrate, sobriety techniques on how to get sober, how to maintain sobriety, and also the dangers of drugs, specifically being a parent and the effects of drugs on parenting.
And as well, in her safety plan, what other services was she asked to do besides drug testing to address that drug issue?
Participating in the drug education program, with the Padre program.
Okay. Now, you mentioned throughout the case that she had continued to use. What drug was she continuing to use?
Methamphetamine.
And did you also try to get her started in an outpatient substance abuse program?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she go?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And then on December 20th of 2023, did you receive her urinalysis results positive for methamphetamine and amphetamine?
Yes, ma'am.
And when had you started this case as the FBSS worker?
When I had started my case had started back in,
Would that have been June 13th, 2023 with the initial contact?
my would have been June 6th. That's when I was assigned,
Okay.
2023.
So this FBSS case lasted a little over 6 months. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And over that time, was Neely able to successfully address her methamphetamine use?
No, ma'am.
And is it correct that, well, let me see. And on December 20th, 2023, when you got that positive urinalysis result back, did you make contact with Neely to talk to her about her drug screen?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did she state?
She stated,
And let me ask you specifically, did you talk to her about the safety of her children?
yes, ma'am.
And is that when you talked about a possible parent-child safety placement?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please explain what a parent-child safety placement is?
So, sorry about that. A parental child safety placement is where it's a step to prevent a removal where we find an approved uh like a family member or a family friend that can pass CPS checks and background checks. We were going to look at Robin and which Robin is Neely's mother and her wife Margaret, um, to where we would have the kids remain where they were originally staying currently and then ask Neely to leave the home.
And did she decline, saying that she was not going to leave her children?
Yes, ma'am.
As well with Mr. Bowie, was there also marijuana use?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just a second. And was the domestic violence that had occurred between Kobe and Neely also a concern for the department?
Yes, ma'am.
And did those actions rule him out as an alternative to removal?
Yes, ma'am.
As well, did they prevent him from being a reasonable a place for the children to be placed upon removal?
Yes, ma'am.
As well, is it correct that an emergency removal of one parent from the home would have left the children without any parent in the home to take care of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you believe the children to be in immediate danger due to their mother's methamphetamine use?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it necessary to remove the children due to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it also necessary to remove the children due to the father's drug use and domestic violence as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And were they removed with a signed order of the court?
Yes, ma'am.
And was there no time to hold a full adversary hearing before the removal?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall, Keegan, why Robin and her wife were not placement for the children after they were removed?
I had a conversation with Robin before removing the children, asking her if she would want to be considered placement, but she would, her and her wife felt like they weren't in a position to care for the children at that point in time.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Ms. Grant?
Mr. Ramirez, did Neely begin the Padre program?
No, ma'am.
Um, do you recall that, or is that in your report and you've refreshed your memory?
If I remember correctly, after reviewing everything, during my case, Neely had changed her phone number multiple times, and I would always update the Padre program of that. And then after a while, I think I just decided we were just going to do the outpatient program through daily recovery, if I recall. But by that time, it was already, we were getting closer to what had resulted in the removal.
Okay, so there had been a decision made that the outpatient was going to substitute in for Padre on the FBSS. However, we progressed past that to a removal. Would that be accurate to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Pass the witness, Judge.
Mr. Nowak?
Thank you, Judge. And just briefly, Mr. Ramirez, I've been taking decent notes, and I wrote down that the removal of the children was due to Neely's drug use. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And speaking of drug use, and I don't mean to minimize it, but the only drug that Kobe tested positive for throughout the duration of the case has been marijuana, correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ramirez. Judge, I'll pass the witness.
All right, thank you. Mr. Ramirez, the domestic violence in August, was that also, did that play a part in the removal of the children eventually in December?
Yes, sir. I took a fact for just in regards, if I remember correctly, uh, the investigator that was on that specific case, there were supposed to be, I believe, criminal charges towards Kobe at that time. So that did play a part as to ruling out Kobe for being
Well, I'm talking about removal. Did that play a part in the eventual removal because there was domestic violence between the parents with the children present?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Ms. Wiggins, questions?
And with the domestic violence happening in August, but Mr. Bowie refusing to work any services, the reason in December for domestic violence was still present because he hadn't mitigated any of the reasons for the domestic violence.
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing further.
All right. Does anybody have further questions for Mr. Ramirez?
No, Your Honor, we ask that he be released.
All right. Yeah. Mr. Ramirez, thank you for your testimony. I'll release you so you can go about your afternoon's business and have a good weekend.
Thank you all so much.
Uh-huh. All right, Ms. Gutierrez, next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The department calls Erica Cantrell as its witness.
All right. Ms. Cantrell, if you'd raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. I asked the court to take judicial notice of the, oh, well, actually, I can offer that as an exhibit. I've got that as an exhibit. At this time, this is a rough morning. The department offers petitioner's exhibit number 11. It's a certified copy of the adversary hearing order.
All right, objections?
No
None.
objection.
Petitioner's 11 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. I also asked the court to note that there was an order in there for parents to address their drug issue.
Okay, so noted.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if there's no objection, I can go ahead and offer the remaining exhibits that are certified copies of orders, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, the department next offers petitioner's exhibit number 11A, a certified copy of the status hearing order.
Objections?
No
None.
objection.
11A is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. The department next offers petitioner's exhibit number 11B, a certified copy of the initial perm hearing.
Objections?
None.
No objection.
11B is admitted.
The department next offers petitioner's exhibit number 11C, a certified copy of the permanency hearing order held on October 7th of 2024.
Objections?
None.
No objection.
11C is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. The department next offers petitioner's exhibit number 11D, a certified copy of the perm order held on December 16th of 2024.
Objections?
None.
No objection.
11D is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. And the department next offers petitioner's exhibit number 11E, a certified copy of the permanency hearing order from March 10th of 2025.
Objections?
None.
No objection.
11E is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Erica, who do you work for?
Currently, I'm pending my start date for a new employer.
All right. And so your previous employer was at St. Francis Ministries.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
And is St. Francis Ministries contracted and approved by the legislature? Let me rephrase that. Is St. Francis Ministries contracted to take over the duties in CPS cases after the adversary hearing?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
And can you tell us what your duties or what your title was when you were working for St. Francis Ministries?
Yes, ma'am, I was a permanency specialist. And go ahead.
Can you tell us in detail what a permanency specialist does?
Yes, ma'am. Once after removal in the adversary hearing, and we are appointed temporary managing conservatorship, we work with our families and hope for reunification. We work with our parents in creating family plans of services that outline services as far as the reasons for removal. We outline services that help mitigate the reasons for removal and work with those families for up to 12 months in hopes to reunify children with their families.
Okay. And did you take those steps as well with this family?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you create family plans of service for both Neely Smith and for Kobe Bowie?
Yes, ma'am.
And was Kobe Bowie's plan tailored for him?
Yes, ma'am.
And was Neely Smith's plan tailored for her?
Yes, ma'am.
And did those specific service plans, did they aim to mitigate the reasons for removal?
Yes, ma'am.
Were they reasonably tailored to the issues in the case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they also represent the department's reasonable efforts to reunify the family?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you please identify only 2 or 3 services that were unique to Neely Smith? And this is in Exhibit 11A, Erica.
Yes, ma'am. With Neely, we of course wanted to address her issues with substance abuse, specifically methamphetamine use. We also wanted to address with her being a victim of domestic violence, and also with her, we wanted to work with her as far as um, with individual counseling.
Okay. And in regards to Kobe Bowie, can you please identify 2 or 3 services only that are unique to him?
We wanted with Mr. Bowie to, with him, definitely with him being the aggressor in the uh, in with the domestic violence that led to the removal to complete a BIP course. Also wanted to work with him as far as refraining from future domestic violence. Um, and then also with him as well, marijuana use was a concern. So we wanted to work with him to refrain from marijuana use. And the same for him as far as working with him in individual counseling.
Thank you, Erica. Now, were these family plans of service made in order at the status hearing?
Yes, ma'am, they were.
And additionally, in the initial permanency hearing, was a 12-step program ordered for Neely Smith to successfully complete or participate in.
Yes, ma'am.
And then let me see, and then in the permanency hearing order from the hearing held on March 10th of 2025, did that order have dad ordered to participate in an intensive outpatient program with Centacor?
Yes, ma'am.
Did it also order mom to do Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that order also order Neely to do an additional 6 sessions of therapy?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And Your Honor, for reference, that was Petitioner's Exhibit 11E, and the one before that with that initial perm order was at 11B.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And now, Erica, if you could please, in Petitioner's Exhibit 11A, turn to the service plan for Neely Smith.
Just one moment.
Let me know when you're there.
I'm on 11A and page, what was it?
Oh, you need the page? Let me go to it.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm on exhibit 11A.
Okay, thank you. If you would please go to Neely Smith's service plan that is attached
Yes, ma'am.
and let me know when you're there. And if it helps, Erica, it's on page 9 of that PDF if you're scrolling through on Adobe.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you review or attempt to review this service plan with Ms. Smith?
Yes, we had reviewed her family plan before.
Okay, so she was aware what was on this family plan, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If you would please briefly identify each service and state whether or not it was completed.
Give 1 second. So the first services is for Neely to maintain steady income and steady, safe and stable housing. Neely did not complete that service. Parenting class, Neely did complete a parenting course. Neely was required to do drug testing that was random by St. Francis and or the court. Neely did do some drug testing, but she did not do all requested drug testing.
Now, Ms. Cantrell,
Neely was requested.
Excuse-
Yes.
thank you. In regards to the drug testing that was not completed, do you have the dates that those were requested?
Yes, let me give it to my court report. Do you want just specifically the ones that she did not complete when requested?
Yes.
So on February 13th of 2024, she was requested to do a hair follicle and she did not test. That was also a UA that day as well. And it was a refusal to test, so presumed positive. On March 7th of 2024, she was asked to do a urine analysis. She no-showed. On May 31st, 2024, she was asked to do a urine analysis. She no-showed that appointment. On August 16th, 2024, she was asked to do a urine analysis. She did not complete that. On September 10th of 2024, she was asked to do a urine analysis. She did not complete that. She was again asked on September 27th of 2024. She did not complete that. And then on April 20th, she was asked to do a urinalysis and she did not complete that drug screen.
In addition to not completing those tests, did she also continue to test positive during the case?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, we offer petitioners 5A and 5B. Both are drug screen results on Neely Smith with a business records affidavit.
All right, objections?
None.
No objection.
5A, 5B are admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. And now, Erica, if you would please continue going through the list. I believe the last service you just finished discussing was her order to follow with drug screening.
Let's see. We have that she agreed to maintain regular contact with me. Neely, I don't want to say she didn't fully comply with that one. She did have contact with me, especially when she was participating in the Haven program. But we did have sporadic, sometimes she would not contact me. After the Haven, scheduling monthly visits with her were very, not all always easy to do so, not all her fault, but sometimes I was difficult too as well. But for the most part, it was difficult to schedule visits with her. To sign a release of information, Neely did do that. And then let's see. To participate in a domestic violence support group. Neely didn't participate in a support group outside of the Haven.
And
So she did not fully.
You're breaking up for me, and I can't tell if you said did or did not do a domestic violence program at Haven.
The time that she was there, is that better?
Yes.
No, Your Honor.
It is for me.
Am
Amy,
I
can
the
you-
only one
excuse
she's
me,
breaking up
excuse me,
for?
excuse me, Amy, can you hear her? Okay, we're good to go, Ms. Gutierrez.
Okay, Your Honor, then it's something on my end. If I could just have a brief second, I think I might have, one of the kids has a TV on. Let me go turn that off.
Okay.
I apologize.
I don't have my good work computer. I'm using my husband's dinosaur computer, so I thought maybe it was mine.
I am back, Your Honor. Thank you for your patience.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And so, Erica, I hate to ask you this again. So she did address some domestic violence stuff at the Haven?
Yes, she did at the Haven, but that is outside of the Haven. She did not complete any other domestic support group.
Okay. So does the domestic support group in that she did at Haven, did that complete her service requirement for the service plan?
Yeah. Um, she was asked to do an OSAR. She didn't complete an OSAR, but she did check herself into the rehab program at Synacor. So she did seek treatment, but once she was released, she did not do a second OSAR after she tested positive again.
Okay. And Erica, it sounds like you're saying that Ms. Smith completed a substance abuse program, but subsequently relapsed. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So she was asked to do a second OSAR, Erica, and she did not complete that one. Is that correct?
She was never asked specifically to do a second OSAR by me. She did relapse in that March after released, but she was never specifically asked to do a second OSAR.
All right, thank you. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, sir, you're fine. And then individual counseling, she did complete the first 6 initial sessions, but in that March or that other additional 6 that she needed to do, she did not do that. The 12-step meetings, she or in AANA, she didn't complete that after the second order, and then she did do a psychosocial as requested, and then she did do her visitation.
Erica, what about the Alcoholic Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous? What about the participation in that program that was ordered in Exhibit 11E?
Nothing outside of the Haven.
Okay, so Neely did not complete or participate in Alcohol Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Now, if you'll turn in that same Exhibit A, if you'll turn to Kobe Bowie's service plan.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
And if you'll please briefly identify, oh, before I ask that question, did you go over this service plan with Mr. Bowie?
We discussed his services prior. He was aware definitely of the services he needed to complete. Yes.
Thank you. Please go through each service briefly and state whether or not it was completed.
Okay. So Kobe was asked to maintain housing, employment, and then also a parenting course.
Okay, well, I thought we were taking them one at a time, Erica, and saying whether or not he completed them.
Okay, give me one sec. Let me get to the court report. It's easier to read it off the court report versus off of that exhibit. Give me just one moment, sir. Okay. So as far as what we've asked him to do, we asked that Mr. Bowie maintain legal and lawful employment during the duration of the case. Mr. Bowie, did not maintain stable employment throughout the entirety of this case. He did some side jobs, cutting hair, things like that, but he never showed me proof of any type of employment. Stable housing is also another one that he did not, through the life of the case, have stable housing. We also asked him to complete a parenting course. We did not show, he did not show me ever proof that he completed a parenting course. As far as BIP, he did not complete the BIP course. He did an assessment on March 27th of 2025 and did not qualify because he denied any domestic violence within his relationship with
And
Neely.
Erica, I'm going to interrupt you here. What is the BIP course? Is that Batters
Sorry.
Intervention and Prevention Program?
Yes, ma'am, that is what it is.
And is that program
Uh,
designed specifically to address perpetrators of domestic violence?
yes, ma'am.
And based on the testimony that and the evidence in this case today and prior, do you believe that there was domestic violence between Neely and Kobe?
Yes, ma'am, there
And
is.
do you still believe that that issue needs to be addressed?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, if you'll please continue.
Yes, ma'am. He was asked to sign a release of information, and he did do that. He was asked to do individual counseling, and he did do the individual counseling with Jennings. He was also asked to do a psychosocial evaluation. He did complete that. He was asked to do random drug testing. He did comply for some testing, but some testing he did not.
Can you give us the dates of the testing he did not comply with?
Yes, ma'am. On September 10th, 2024, he is asked to do a urine analysis, and he did not complete that. On September 23rd, he was asked to do a urine analysis, and he did not do that. I again tried on September 28th to send him of 2024 for a urine analysis, and he did not complete that.
And Ms. Cantrell, is it correct that he also continued to test positive for marijuana during the case?
Yes, ma'am.
Your
And then go ahead, sorry.
That's okay. Your Honor, at this time, the department offers petitioners exhibits 4A, 4B, and 4C. They are all drug screen results of Kobe Bowie with a business records affidavit.
Right, objections?
None.
And
What?
then
None.
one last,
Excuse me, 4A, B, and C are admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please continue, Erica.
I apologize. There was one more on April 28th of 2025. He was asked to do a urine analysis, and he did not complete that one either.
Thank you. And does that complete his services, or are there additional services on his service plan?
No, ma'am, that completes the requested services.
Do you believe Neely Smith's service plan has been successfully completed?
No, ma'am, it has not.
Do you believe that Kobe Bowie's service plan has been successfully completed?
No, ma'am, it has not.
And when was the last date that Neely Smith completed drug screening?
She completed drug screening on the June 13th.
Of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
And were those results positive as well?
Yes, ma'am, they were.
And was that for methamphetamine?
Methamphetamine, cocaine, and marijuana.
In regards to visitation, what has Kobe's visitation with the children been as far as how, dates? Let me rephrase. Like, was it one day of the week for so many hours?
Yes, he would visit once a week for an hour.
And was that supervised?
Yes, ma'am.
And has that been his visitation with the children for the life of the case?
Yes, ma'am.
And has he made all of those visits?
I wouldn't say specifically all the visits, no.
Has he made most of the visits?
I would say most of the visits, yes.
Okay. And in regards to Neely Smith, what has her visitation with the children been like?
She has been, we had increased her visits a few months ago to the 2 hours uh, weekly, and we were doing those 1 hour, separate days, 1 hour each, and she was attending those visitations.
Okay. Do you believe that that Kobe Bowie is able to provide a safe environment for the children?
Not at this time, no.
Do you believe that Neely Smith is able to provide a safe environment for the children?
No, ma'am, I do not.
And the department has made reasonable efforts to reunify the family, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
And have the children been in the temporary managing conservatorship of the department for at least 9 months?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Can you please tell us the department's reasonable efforts to reunify this family?
The department has made multiple efforts with the family. We've provided services, visitation, extensions in the case to give them longer time. We, provided resources to them, such we've provided as as far as moving the children closer to a relative, locating relatives so they can have in-person visits with the children, financial, like I said, to service providers paying for those services. We've exhausted efforts in as far as and what else we can do to help this family.
Now, as a permanency specialist, is it also your job to send out referrals so parents can get connected with service providers?
Yes.
And did you do that for Kobe and for Neely?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Is it also part of your job to send out payment for services for the parents as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you do that for Neely Smith?
Yes, that was done.
And did you do that for Kobe Bowie?
Yes, ma'am.
And as a permanency specialist, are you also required to make contact with each parent each month?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you do that monthly contact with Neely?
I made attempts, but yes, I made as much effort as possible to make those contacts.
And were there any months where you were not able to make contact with Neely?
There was some months, yes.
Okay. And what was, do you recall the reason why?
There were some months that with Neely, I would make efforts. She Some of the efforts going to see where she was living and such, she would not allow me when she was staying with her grandmother. She wouldn't allow me to come to her home to see the home. She said that her grandmother wouldn't have nice things to say to me if I came there, such like that. Uh, but for the most part, she wouldn't either meet me at the office or I'd meet her with the visitation house, things like that.
Is that concerning as well? Like that you couldn't see where she was living?
Yes.
Okay. And is an additional concern with that you can't verify that it's a safe environment for children to be returned to?
Yes.
And as far as monthly contact, did you make those same attempts with Kobe Bowie?
I did.
And were you able to see Kobe Bowie each month?
And for the most part, I could see him every month.
Were there any concerns on the occasions when you could not see him?
Not specific. Well, I mean, it was when I would see Kobe, it would generally be different places every month. It would be at his mom's, or I did an unannounced, and he would tell me like, I don't live there anymore. I broke up with that girlfriend. I mean, I never saw him at the same place every time. It was always different.
Thank you. Do you believe that it's in the children's best interest for the department to be named permanent managing conservator?
Yes.
Can you explain in detail why?
For the children, for them to have permanency, we've been working with Neely and Kobe, not just in our case for more than 12 months, but family-based services has also worked with them for I don't know specifically how many months with them. The Kobe and Neely have been given ample opportunity to mitigate the reasons for removal. They have not been able to show stability, show that they are able to provide stability for Keelan and Kabari. And the boys are placed with a relative that can meet their needs, give them a daily routine, stability, and it's at this time it's in the boys' best interest. There's not chaos. Like I said, there's that routine, that stability, and it's at this point that's within their best interest for their future.
And if the department is named permanent managing conservator, can they continue to help make sure that the boys are placed someplace safe and appropriate?
Yes, ma'am.
And is the department also helping to make sure the children's daily needs are met, like food, shelter, and education?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the department also ensuring that the children's medical care is being addressed?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now, is it in the best interest? Let's see here. Just a moment, Your Honor. Is it in the best interest of the children that Neely Smith's parental rights be terminated?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please explain in detail why?
Neely's still actively using. She was given the opportunity to really work services at the Haven home. That was a really big opportunity for her. She'd been given ample opportunity in that program. She did not take advantage of that. As soon as she was released, we did a drug screen on her. She actively started using again. She doesn't have stable home, employment. I know she loves her children. But she's been given plenty of time. She's worked services, but the changes have like the changes, there's no change. There's just been no change in her behaviors. The behavioral change is not there.
You're
You're
muted,
muted,
Mr.
Teresa.
Gutierrez.
Thank you. Do you believe that Neely Smith can provide for the emotional and physical needs of the children?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Do you believe that Neely Smith is able to raise the children or have the parental abilities to raise the children in a safe and healthy way?
Not right now. No, ma'am.
At this point in time, do you believe that Neely Smith presents a danger to the children if they are returned to her?
Yes, ma'am. Right now, yes.
Thank you. Now, do you believe it is in the children's best interest that Bowie's parental rights be terminated?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Please explain in detail why.
Very similar. There hasn't been the behavioral changes. I know again, he loves his children too. But as far as the stable housing, the employment, he cannot find it. The behavioral changes is not there for him either. We've given plenty of time, and just at this time that it's not safe, and he just cannot meet their needs as young children at this time.
Do you believe at this time, with the Batters Intervention and Prevention Program not even being started, that he still presents a danger to the children?
Yes, ma'am.
And though marijuana is not something that, if that was the only issue there, that the department would have removed the children, would you agree that marijuana combined with the domestic violence and the repeated violations of his probation requirements cause you great concern?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe that Kobe Bowie has the ability to provide for the emotional and physical needs of the children?
Not at this time, no.
Do you believe that he has the parental ability to provide the children with a safe and stable home?
No, ma'am, not right now.
And are we asking today for both parents' parental rights to be terminated?
Yes, ma'am.
I pass the witness.
All right, thank you. Erica, when we first started this case on June 13th, I ordered both parents to drug test. You said that Miss Smith did. Did Mr. Bowie drug test that day when court ordered?
Yes, sir, he did.
What was the result of that?
He was negative.
Okay. And you may have testified to this. I didn't catch it if you did. Did Mr. Bowie regularly visit the children?
Yeah, he was pretty consistent. There was some misvisitation, but nothing significantly of concern.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And then about the BIP assessment, that assessment would have taken place after the August 2023 domestic violence between the parents. Is that correct?
Yeah, he didn't do the assessment until March of 2025.
Yeah. So it was so he was refused entry into the program because he denied all domestic violence. That was after the domestic violence that took place in August of 2023, correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
So would you say he was honest in his BIP assessment?
At that time, yes, he was honest.
I'm sorry.
Well, no. Let me take it back. At
Yeah.
that time, he wasn't in a relationship, but I mean, he was not honest about the domestic violence in this specific case with
Well,
Neely.
that's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
Let me go back. LaRonda Houston testified that he denied all domestic
Yes, he
violence
denied.
when he did his assessment, but he'd already been arrested, and we've heard testimony about the domestic violence in August of 2023.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're correct in what you're saying. I was saying as of at that point that he denied everything of that, but there was domestic violence, and
Okay.
yes,
All right.
you're
Thank
right.
you. Okay, Ms. Grant, questions?
Thank you, Judge. Erica, did you meet face to face with Neely Smith monthly as required during this case?
We did not meet monthly. No. I mean,
Okay.
that is
What were the issues involving the monthly meetings, if you recall?
that sometimes, like I said, in my previous testimony, sometimes I would have to reschedule or it would be due to my schedule, other meetings, things like that. It was in my previous testimony, I did state it wasn't always rescheduled on Neely's part. Some of it was mine as well. But I would always attempt to reschedule with her.
Okay. But it is a business practice and policy that you meet with the clients monthly, correct?
It is, yes.
Okay. And there were some times during this case when Ms. Smith was in custody, correct?
Yes.
And so you were not expecting her to be able to engage in any services at a time that she would have been in custody in, say, September of last year, correct?
Specifically, I would have to, well, I don't have access to any of my files or anything, but this was a transferred case to me. And so I don't specifically believe at the time that she was incarcerated of the case that I was assigned to her at that time. If I
Okay.
do recall correctly, I do know she was, and I think it might have even been when she was in Childress County, possibly. And reading the case file, I was not assigned to her case at that time.
Okay, and that's a good lead into my next question. Do you know how many caseworkers have been assigned to this case in total?
I know I know multiple. I know initially, um, her initial caseworker, I was her mentor, so I know that it was that one. I know at that time, and then I want to say, or I was with I don't know, I may have been the fourth one, and it came back around to me after mentoring. There was multiple caseworkers, as you generally do see in this line of work.
Okay, and would you have any reason to disagree if she felt it was 5? Would we be agreeable if I said 4 to 5?
I would probably disagree to 5.
Okay, so at least 4 would be fair.
I think I want to say I'm the 4th one.
Okay, now in the service plan that you worked up for Miss Smith, did you ever explain to her when she was at Haven House that some of the programs that she was participating in at Haven's House would count for other services on her plan?
Yes, we did have that conversation.
Okay, and so which classes at Haven House are considered able to be credited if completed for other services
She
on
would
her
have
plan?
to have, yes, ma'am. So she would have had to have completed the Haven program for them to count. We
Right.
did discuss the AANA, because she was regularly participating with the Haven there, going to the AANA regularly. In those groups, they did discuss with the other women as far as domestic violence. That was a form of support. These are things that I had discussed with the director as well and her case manager there. And they did do additional parenting there, things like that. And we did discuss that. And but that would all be contingent upon her official completion of the Haven. That's why in my testimony I said, I wanted to ensure that it was noted that, that while she was at the Haven, she was doing this, but
Okay.
none of it could be considered as completion because she didn't complete the program.
I understand, because the Haven House is kind of an all-inclusive program where you pick up pieces and parts of each item as you progress through the entirety of the program. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely, Stacy.
And so once you progress through the entire, or strike that, would it be fair to say that Neely was removed from the Haven program over behavioral and attitude issues?
She was.
Okay, so it was not an excused, she was not excused from the program for the drug testing in and of itself.
Your Honor,
No,
I'm
she
gonna
was tested.
object. I'm gonna object. I don't know that Erica has knowledge of any drug testing in Haven House.
Erica, if you don't know, you can say you don't know.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay. And I was actually referring to the drug testing in the case that you ordered randomly. That was not related to the Haven's House situation, correct?
No, when she tested for me, she was negative during that time. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. It was a bad question. I apologize. So moving forward, there's incompletion of her service plan and the lack of completion of services are 2 factors playing into your recommendation of termination, but not the sole factors, correct?
There's not the sole, but there are other factors.
Right. So do you have any objection if Neely has made the decision to sign a voluntary relinquishment as you've heard us discuss? Do you have any objection to the judge terminating her based solely on that voluntary relinquishment if she gets it executed and proved up before the court?
That ultimately would be St. Francis's decision, as they would continue to work that case, not since I am no longer employed there. So ultimately, that would be a St. Francis decision because they would
Okay.
continue to work with this case with the family and so forth. So that would be
Because
St.
you're in a
Francis.
because you're in a unique situation today to be testifying after the ceasing of your employment with St. Francis, correct?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
So would that question be better asked of Michaela Kirksey in this situation?
Probably. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Erica. And do you have any opinion about Mr. Bowie's attitude towards engaging in the service plan that was prepared for him?
And his attitude.
Yeah, did you draw any conclusions about his attitude about participation?
No, not specifically. I don't think, I mean,
Did he
generalized,
say,
no. Go
did
ahead.
did he stay in contact with you?
I mean, yeah, I mean, we had okay contact in the first of when I took the case. Generally, no, we didn't have great contact. I mean, but
Okay, you've answered. That's a good answer.
okay, go ahead. Yes, sir.
But nonetheless, his service plan was also not completed, and you've gone over that in detail, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Does either parent have an appropriate home for the children right now?
No, ma'am.
And do both parents have employment right now?
No, ma'am, they don't.
And both are still testing positive for illegal substances, correct?
As to go off the last drug screen, I can't say both of them, no.
Okay, but during the last 6 months, have they both tested positive?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that the service plan was appropriately tailored to address the situations you wanted Neely Smith to address?
Yes.
And although she made effort and you do acknowledge completion of partial services as testified, did you receive any certificates of completion for any of the service items?
No, I did not.
Okay. So if she had those, how would those have come to you? Through text message or email, or how do you normally receive those from clients?
Yeah, generally I'll just ask them if they have their parenting certificate, send me a picture of it, email it to me. Just make it easy for them. I can make a picture of PDF. I don't make it hard on my parents, no.
Okay. Now, as far as placement goes for these kiddos, they're currently placed with Stephanie and Eric. Is it Ramirez?
Martinez.
Martinez, my apologies. And they have indicated that they are willing to adopt if they are the only suitable familial placement. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is there other suitable familial placement that's been identified?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, any relinquishment signed in this case would be a relinquishment to the department and not to Eric and Stephanie. Would you agree with that statement?
That's correct.
Do you have any opinion, since you're no longer employed with St. Francis, about the future plans for Eric and Stephanie being the continued placement?
I do have an opinion. I've worked with Eric and Stephanie for a while. I mean, I
What is
know
your opinion?
they're
Okay. What is that opinion, if
um
you could share?
they're willing. I mean, they don't want the children in foster care. They are family. They want to adopt. They're open to adopt. I know they're going to have concerns with drug screens and, recent and current use and the children being exposed to, parents if they are still using. I can't say if they would be open to them having contact. That would definitely be a future St. Francis thing, conversation with them. But I do know their opinions and thoughts about where the parents are in the stand and them not working services and doing what they should have done to get their children back. I do know their opinions and thoughts on that.
Okay. Would I be making a true statement in saying that Eric and Stephanie would lean heavily on sobriety and continued working of the service plan, regardless of whether they are terminated, in order to have post-termination contact?
I think there would be other factors as well, not just
Okay.
sobriety.
All of it as a sum total case of the whole service plan, correct?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to speculation. I don't think Ms. Cantrell.
Sustain.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Thank you.
let's
All
move on.
right. Pass the witness, Judge.
All right, Mr. Nowak.
Thank you so much, Judge. And Eric, it's always good to see you. I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Someone asked a question a moment ago about Kobe's attitude. Would you agree with me that his attitude has been fairly pleasant throughout the case?
I mean, it's been pleasant. He's a frustrated parent. He's angry. I get it.
Sure, sure. And I think you testified that he made most of his visits with his kids.
He did.
And would you agree with me that during those visits that he acted appropriately?
In the notes reading and in the case file, there was never any specific concerns noted against Kobe.
Okay. And Teresa did a really good job of going through Kobe's plan of service with you and what he did complete and what he did not. The one discrepancy I noted, Erica, and I'm looking at your report from February 20 of 2025, where you note that he completed his parenting classes. And I think you testified earlier that he did not. Would you agree with me that he did complete his parenting classes? And I'm going off of your report that you filed with the court.
without having all my specifics and having my files, I mean, it could very well be an error that I put, he did not comply.
You actually, on that day, you actually wrote that he completed his parenting classes, and we can trust that, correct?
you could, yeah.
Okay. And I'm not sure, I didn't really follow the last couple objections on the last topic, so I might get objected to here as well, but as far as you know, is the plan for current placement to adopt?
Yes, they're open to adopt.
Okay. And placement obviously has some questions or issues or concerns, I guess is a better word, with respect to mom and dad, correct?
Yes, they do.
And a big concern is sobriety, correct? I'm not saying it's
Yes.
the only concern. It's a big concern.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to minimize it at all, but would you agree with me that the only thing that Kobe's tested positive for throughout the duration of this case has been for marijuana?
Marijuana, yes.
And this is where I might draw an objection or the judge might shut me down, but other than the sobriety issues, what other factors does placement have with respect to post whatever access to the children by mom and dad?
Your Honor, I'm gonna
Objection, Your Honor. Sorry.
Look, I haven't heard the objections yet. Somebody go ahead.
I object to speculation and calling for hearsay.
Sustained.
Okay. I'll withdraw my objection based on that, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Erica, I believe that's all I have. Let me make sure. And you saw Kobe every month for the most part, correct?
For the most part, nobody's perfect. We don't always, get to out there, things like that. But I mean, if I needed to see, I mean, he was always open for me to see. I made my attempts, things like that. But Kobe was generally pretty cooperative with me.
Gotcha. And he completed a fatherhood program as well, correct?
I mean, honestly, I'm not specifically sure where he did his parenting through. That's what I'm saying. As even in the Stacy's, they passed down several times. So parenting, I'm not 100% sure who he did his parenting through.
And would you agree with me that the main reason for removal of the children were due to mom's drug use?
Initially, that's why we were involved.
Thank you so much, Erica. Judge, I'll pass the witness.
Right. Erica, I know you don't have your files. You may not know the answer to this, but do you recall ever receiving a certificate from Mr. Bowie that he had completed parenting?
That's what I don't, like I said, I think that was a lot of the services he did complete before I even came on to it. So
you just don't know.
I can't answer your question, sir.
Okay.
I can't.
That's all right. Thank you. Ms. Wiggins, questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Anybody have anything further for Erica?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may.
Okay.
Erica, on service plans, would you agree that there are some services that are more important than others?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
And on Kobe Bowie's, would you agree that the services for drug testing and addressing domestic violence were the most important services?
They were very important in the case. Yes.
And as well, would you consider those services material?
Yes.
And because he has not completed those services, does it prevent reunification with him?
Yes, it does.
I know there's been multiple caseworkers on his case, but would you agree that the service plan has remained the same since the status hearing?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And even if you weren't able to meet a parent in person, did you contact them and speak with them by phone or text?
Attempted, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Always.
Now, ideally, in every case, is it your hope that the children can go back to the family after the family has addressed the issues that caused removal?
Yes, ma'am. That is our primary goal.
And is that the best case for the children?
Yes.
However, if the parents have not addressed those issues, does it leave the children with a potentially unsafe environment?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
And is that what unfortunately has happened in this case?
Yes, ma'am, it has.
Okay. Your Honor, I know I have no additional questions for this witness.
All right, anyone else?
Just one more, Your Honor.
Okay,
Erica, do you recall when the goal change occurred in this case to unrelated adoption?
I can tell you when I get my court report pulled back up. Hold on one second.
Okay, thank you. I can ask you another question while you're pulling that up.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
is there concurrently a goal of familial or kinship adoption?
Let me answer your first question first. May
Okay.
23rd, 2025. Now,
Okay.
ask me your second question again,
Um,
please.
I took from your testimony that the actual goal is familial adoption. Is that correct?
The primary goal is, yes, is relative fictive kin adoption, and then the concurrent goal is unrelated adoption.
Okay. Thank you. Pass the witness, Judge.
anyone else?
No, sir.
All right,
Erica, did you just testify that the goal change was 2025 or was it 2024?
It was 2025.
Okay, thank you.
anybody else?
No,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Can Erica be excused?
I'd like for her to stay just for a little bit longer, Your Honor.
Okay,
The
sorry,
depart-
Erica, I was trying to get you off the hook.
Well, I think they all just want me to stay as long as they
Well,
can.
I think
not-
that's exactly the truth,
I
and
thought
We're
I
not
told
letting
somebody else
go.
earlier. They're
I
not going to get rid of me so easy, I guess. I don't know.
I echo what Mr. Nowak said. We're gonna miss you. All of us are gonna miss you. You
I
have,
appreciate y'all are going to make me cry.
well, you
Monday
have,
was hard.
you have done for these kids and these parents throughout my career, you've done an excellent job representing all of them. And from a personal, selfish standpoint, you've always been so prepared for court, and you can't imagine how much I appreciate that. So,
Well, thank
Agreed.
you.
okay, do you want her in the waiting room or can she stay in?
I'd like for her to stay in, Your Honor. Erica, do you need to go? Am I causing issues with your schedule to keep you?
No, ma'am. I'm just cleaning and stuff, you know.
Oh, Judge, you made her cry.
You did it, Judge. You did it.
Well, I had to say it. I'm sorry, I had to say it.
It means a lot to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Gutierrez, did you have any other witnesses?
I have no other witnesses, Your Honor. At this time, we rest. We are requesting that the court terminate parental rights of both parents for the termination grounds typically referred to as D, E, and O. In addition, we are asking for the court to consider the termination ground of the letter R, specifically for Neely Smith with Kavari. And for that, I refer the court to Petitioner's Exhibit 3 and ask for the judge to review page 17, describing the child as jittery, likely from withdrawal, and page 52, reporting that the mother and child are positive for amphetamines.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, then, we've got about 15 minutes or so. Ms. Grant, did you have any witnesses?
Your Honor, I was going to call my client and I think I can get her done in about 5 to 7 minutes.
Sounds good, sounds good. All right.
And Your Honor, I had one more request. I'm sorry if I can
Uh-huh.
make that now.
Sure.
I ask for a finding that the department has made reasonable efforts to reunify the family.
All right, I will make that finding.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
And just for the court's timing and whatnot, at when we break, I'm guessing we're going to break here in about 15 minutes. I would like to speak to Teresa. We might have a development that speeds things along, Judge.
all right. Do you want to do that now before we go any further, or?
That it wouldn't hurt.
I'm
Okay.
happy to wait, Judge.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that then.
Vince,
Okay,
do I need to bring Michaela in with me?
Michaela would help. Yeah.
Okay, come on, Michaela.
all right. So who do we want in the breakout room?
Probably wouldn't hurt to have Courtney in there as well, Judge.
All the lawyers and Michaela?
Yeah. Stacy is always welcome.
Thanks, Vince.
And Kobe, I'm going to be talking about what we've been talking about, and I'll report back to you, sir.
All right, give me just a minute to get that set up.
Judge, we are back whenever the court is ready.
All right, the court is ready.
I know we're about 5 or 7 minutes early from when the court plans to break, but I would suggest that we break now. Let me have a breakout room with Mr. Bowie.
Okay,
And I anticipate we may have an announcement when we come back. And I guess We just need to know what time we're coming back, Judge.
If I don't want to make everybody wait around. If a doctor's ever on time, we could probably say 1:30, but I'm guessing I'd say 1:30, 1:45. I'm gonna leave the Zoom open. Brittany's gone, she's on vacation, but I'm just gonna leave it open while I'm gone. And I'll get back as soon as I can. If y'all want to kind of filter back in around 1:30, 1:45.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Your Honor,
Yes,
would
Judge.
2:30 p.m. be better for you?
Not really. The earlier the better for me.
Okay,
So I don't want to make y'all wait around too long, but from what I'm supposed to, what they've told me, I should be out of there by 1:30, and I'm about 5 minutes from the doctor's office. So
okay.
okay, we'll see y'all back 1:30-ish.
All right.
Judge,
You want
if
me
you'll
back
put me in a
on?
breakout room with,
Yeah, Will. And
thank you, sir.
I'm gonna be gone, Vince. So when y'all are through, you can just fall off.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Teresa, do you want me back at 1:30?
If you're able to, Erica, I would really appreciate it. If you're not, that's fine. If there's some kind of emergency, I can just shoot you a text and ask you to log on.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want to just text me
Yeah.
if you need me, and I'll be available to jump on? Would that work?
Yeah, having you on standby would be great. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate you offering that.
Okay,
Let's do
Erica.
that.
Erica,
Okay.
good luck. And
Thank y'all. I'm sure I'll see y'all. Thank
I hope
you.
so.
I'm sure I'll see y'all.
yeah, I hope
All right. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all.
y'all be sure and use your subpoena power to make Erica come back and see us.
We will. We will.
Y'all already have.
Okay,
I'm
Vince,
sure
I'll
I'll
open
see
your ring.
y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Smith, I'll call you offline to make our arrangements to meet during the break.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.